Alright, we are back in the 150. We've got them to pull it out of the hangar, and we're gonna get set up to take a passenger. Yes, one passenger in our 152. Take them up to Grand Canyon and see what a flight like this is like. So, let's hop in. He's also got 130 pounds of cargo as well, so I'm a little worried that we're heavy. But 2 people in here plus a bunch of cargo. Let's take a look. We're a little bit over. That'll happen. So we'll just live with it. Let's easy start it, even though there's only like 3 things to
You're good
do
to go.
here.
Contact the tower for clearance.
Let me guess, I got hit for the lights again. I did. Got to turn those strobes on before I turn everything else on. Okay, well, yeah, it's noon the same day that we got back from our cargo stuff. So, there's not a lot to do with the 152. And I figured let's go in a different direction because we've kind of went this way, but not really. And it's one of the shorter flights that we can do. So let's get going with this. We'll try radio. Actually, let's find out which way we got to take off from.
Kilo Sierra Echo Zulu Automated Weather Observation 0400 Zulu. Wind 082 at 4. Visibility.
I already forgot what that said.
Kilo Sierra Echo Zulu Automated Weather Observation 0400 Zulu. Wind 082 at 4. Visibility 10.
301 4. So, we got a crosswind, it looks like.
Kilo Sierra Echo
Gonna take off
Zulu
runway
traffic
3.
Cessna November 88-936 is taxiing to runway 3.
Let's get rolling. I turned real traffic off and put AI traffic on, so I don't know if that's going to give us anything better to work with, but we'll find out. So, it's cleared up a bit, as you can see. Not a cloud in the sky, which makes me kind of wonder if I accidentally turned live weather off. Nope, live weather's on, so we're good there. Everything's being a little bit jumpy here. Probably, I think what I need to do is get in game, click to start, and then just kind of let it load for 10 minutes. I don't know if that's the way to go about it, but taxi all the way down here because we are heavy. Get our flaps down. And go ahead and stop here. See if we've got, again, I don't know what I got to do to trigger it to allow me to get the ready for takeoff, but maybe we'll get closer. No, it's just worthless to try to use that for anything other than weather. Alright, well, let's roll out. yeah, I can tell this thing is extremely heavy. Why do I not have airspeed? Are we just taking that long to get... Yeah, okay, we do have the needle. It's just taking that long to get up to speed. Oh man, I hope this thing will climb.
Pilot, have a nice flight.
Let me get over these trees first. At least the ground goes away. Take the flaps down, try to gain a bit of altitude and speed here, but have I got anything wrong here? Okay, this may be a struggle. There we go. Picked up a bit of speed. We're at 5,000 feet. Turn those off. Let's get this thing trimmed. Alright, so we know that we got to get up to probably at least 8,000. And right now we're not even going towards our destination, because clearly we can't head that way. So I'm going to take a look up this valley, see if it looks like it's going to give us time to climb. But our climb rate is not great at the moment. Yeah, that doesn't look like an option. This looks like the better option. We go down there and we aren't climbed out yet. We don't have a whole lot of places to go. So gonna take a little bit longer. We'll get climbed out here. This is gonna pay us $3,664, so that's gonna be big money. And then I might just kind of mission hop for a bit in the 152. I'm sure there's some sightseeing stuff up there. Power out of it. I can't believe how long it took us to get up to speed on the runway. Glad I taxied all the way down. Well, almost all the way down. I was thinking about taking off short, but clearly overweight. That was a good learning experience, that the weight actually does matter. So we're at 6,000. We're getting near the tops, but we're still gonna have to come down this way a bit. So if I pull this up, and we don't have anything. Oh yeah, we do have. That's how far off we are right now, because clearly we're out of room to go this way. So we may end up coming around this side at worst case, and we could probably go up this canyon and continue, but I think I'm gonna just continue on this way until I know for sure that we're so close though, but I know it goes up a little higher as we go that direction. I just don't need to get into a bad situation. Alright, so let's think about how we're going to do this. We're at almost 7,000 feet now. We got a ton of fuel on board. 100 pounds. The passenger is happy, so that's good. For now. Yeah, I think we can start heading this way. At least towards this opening to our right, we're still low. You know, these altitudes I'm trying to work in is probably not the best idea. I probably should be flying south to Phoenix. Getting something more maneuverable. I don't know, I'm just really addicted to this game right now. I mean, this is getting recorded 12 days ahead of when it's going to come out, so that's just a whole lot of time ahead. I never have this many videos built up. Alright, we're at 7,250. I think that is the mountain that we're gonna be... Well, no, we're kind of on track now. So it might be that one ahead of us. Flagstaff, back that direction. Yeah, we're losing a bit of that natural lift that we were getting as we get higher. But it looks like we're getting a bit of help from the air under us. Just got big updraft there. Looking off to our left, we got some trails heading up there, some roads around some power lines. Got some nice little chiseled peaks. We're almost up to 8,000. Yep, that was the safe way to do it, and probably the faster way in reality, because I wasn't sitting there trying to go climb at 60 knots. So we're gonna head straight north until we catch our path. There is an airfield up here, it looks like. Really got shot up there. once we get off of this canyon, things will smooth out a bit. Let's take a look at airport information. Grand Canyon elevation 65. Okay, pretty high. $8,500 should be good. I was gonna wait until I got the new controls, but I got the urge to fly the 152 and earn some big money. I gotta look and see what how much money I've got to make before we can upgrade. I know I can sell this thing for like 30,000 something, but definitely it would be nice to have something better to work with, but I'm guessing those prices are, I guess I can look right now. On the market at the moment, well, we got a Beaver for 320,000, and I wouldn't even take one of those for free, so that's not going to be an option. We've got an X Cub for 246,000, actually 214,000, but I do not like landing tail draggers. DA62, which I won't buy until they allow us to enable to remove the tablet that's in the middle of the windshield. That's only 914,000. Then my favorite plane, the 208, that is 1.8 million. And if you're wondering, I can buy a 737 business for 128 million. Not going to do that. We can rent planes. Not sure how that works. And I can get loans. And actually, it looks like that is only at that airport. Can I just go any airport? Looking back in Lexington, Nebraska, got a few planes cheaper back there. Let's do a 172. Can it find a 172? It can. Sorry, I know that you can't see any of this, but I can't put it on screen because I'm trying to fly while looking over here. $300,000, and those are kind of based randomly around us. The closest one is a skydive. We don't want that. We got a passenger 93 miles away for 286,000, but I don't think I want to spend money on a 172 because it's an upgrade, but not that big of an upgrade. All right, let's go back to focusing on the mission. So we are headed in the correct direction still. Kind of holding altitude. Let's get ourselves tuned in here. Grand Canyon 124.3 for the AWAS. Okay, switch that. Then 119. Zero. Okay. Has that worked? Who knows?
Canyon Airport
There we go.
information, India 0400 Zulu. Wind calm, visibility 10. Sky condition, clear. Temperature 5. Dew point 12. Altimeter tree 007. 06. ILS runway tree in use. Landing
Runway
and
3.
departing runway tree.
Okay. Alright, got it. Runway 3. So that's going to make our job a little bit easier. We'll be able to just kind of hang a bit of a left and straight in after we make a right. Yeah, I definitely think I'm going to have to go further south or west, because I have a feeling there's going to be snow and cold up in here. And the whole point of us coming down here was to get away from that until spring. The other thing I need to know is, can I only get missions with my plane out of Sedona, or will it follow me? Like, I know that it'll, if I don't reposition it back, then it'll stay where it's at. So I've got to kind of think about that. We'll find out once we get landed here. After the video's over, I'll be able to see what is going on, but we may do some tourist flights up here at the canyon. Not in our plane, but someone else's, and maybe a Cub or something more aerobatic and quicker. But first, we got to get this guy up here. Roland Chavez is his name. And, well, his cabin rating is going down, but if you expected anything out of this, I'm sorry. Wow, the runway is 8,986 feet here. Was not expecting that. We've got civilization below us. We got a road, and maybe an interstate that probably heads to Flagstaff. Oh, they're doing another strip mine of a hill. Alright, so we are going to go to the left side of this. It doesn't look like we can go over it. We have gained a lot of altitude. Man, we are just getting shoved up in the air at the moment. What is happening? Got a lake with a oval dirt track in the middle of it. That's what it looks like to me. A little go-kart track in the middle of a lake. We're pushing 10,000. That's a bit much. All right, so we're 26 minutes into this flight. We're not too far away. We're almost halfway. Fighting this plane at the moment. I think this mountain air coming off of it is really kicking us around. Yeah, my rudder bug is not happening. So it is just the air. At least got it back down to 9,000. I just can't believe how much volcanic activity is around here, or was around here. Alright, so we can see the world is changing once again, going from trees to that desert, or I don't know what you would call Grand Canyon. I don't know if it's the elevation or what that gives it. All right, now we're halfway. Just crazy though how the trees just stop. And it's all kind of on this volcanic field, so I'm wondering if it's just much richer soil that allows for it. So I don't know if far horizon is the canyon. You know, the airport's a little ways off from at least the river in the canyon. I don't know how much we'll actually see of it, but definitely get us some sightseeing missions here and have a little fun. And then I think head west. I think that is where the money is and the weather is. Alright, we're at 8,700, so we've definitely been dropping altitude, but that's fine. We were too high to begin with. Alright, so I'm looking for 2 highways, most likely, that meet up at an airport. And it's going to be kind of over there. Ooh, getting kicked. And we're just going to kind of follow the road up from that airport. That'll take us to Grand Canyon. 8,500, and nose is sinking still. I really, you know, like, I know this gets said a lot in race sims, but I really hope my new controls make me a better pilot. A little bit smoother around center axis. Yeah, there is not a whole lot out here, and Roland is not enjoying the flight now, down to 39%. Sorry, bud. Hope you don't want it. I mean, he's got a status green thumbs up, but I think it's just too rough for him. When he said, "Oh, I'll pay you to fly me up there," he was expecting an airplane and not a 152. But time to say goodbye to the trees and the cinder cones. Get into the flat, dead, be Mesa? I want to look it up if I can. I feel like I should know what they classify this as. Okay. Flying and reading Wikipedia. Okay, we're still sort of going in the direction, even though I'm sitting here reading, scrolling, and looking at the horizon. Okay, it's just desert, they say. Mojave, Sonaran. I mean, that's just the names for them, I don't know. But it's just the desert. So there's that airport that I was looking for, 40G. The highway coming from Flagstaff. We got power lines underneath us, it looks like. I'm gonna assume that's what that is. Oh boy, big drop. We do have a little town here below us. But we don't have the tools to look up and see nearest airport and all that, so we're not going to find out anything. We'll have to look at a map. You know what, I think there is still supposed to be trees here. Because you got some here, and then it seems to be divided by a bit of aerial photography. But not as many, obviously. And then, yeah, I have no idea what we're flying over. But there's a town down there. Continue this direction. We'll catch this road again as it goes north. Do have some clouds off to the west. We got some high clouds up above us. And brown and gold and dirt. Everything. Every boring color underneath us. Yeah, this is some flat land up here. Except for that guy. That guy's just kind of doing his own thing as a mountain. But yeah, then you see the other side of the canyon on the horizon there. The airport is probably up here. So I'm going this way so that we can make a right turn in, land runway 3. Let's guess let's go to nearest airport.
Golf Romeo Yankee traffic Cessna November 88-9er-36 14 miles south 8100. Ford inbound to land runway tree.
Hopefully my tail number didn't change. I forgot to even look it up. I don't know if I can set one. Annoyingly, it resets the configuration of the plane that you flew. So I have to go in there and change it every time. So I'm guessing tail number doesn't even stick. But it doesn't sound like we have any AI traffic. That's just fine because traffic usually just does dumb things. Alright, so you can see, well, maybe you can see the road heading up that way. The airport is probably right there along the road on the left side of it, west side of it. We know the airport is 6.5, so we're kind of high right now. No, we're under 8,000 now, so yeah, we're fine. We're just gonna stay at this elevation, altitude. I always say it wrong. Elevation is where the ground is. Altitude is where you're at in the sky. But we're nearly there. The passenger is down to 30% approval. Thankfully, he's still got to pay us. Tricked his ass into paying us $3,600 to fly in a 152. But if you did it with real fees that you could get out of somebody, you would never progress in this game. And probably never make money in a small plane, or even in stuff around 172 or a little higher. But haven't flown the Skywagon yet. Might need to look into that. I really just hope that in a few weeks my pay-wear planes will work well. Really like some of the planes I bought for 2020. It would be nice to use them in here. But at least there are some default planes that are operating okay. Alright. How far away is that airport? Actually, not that far. For runway 3, so that's going to be this direction. Let's sit up a little bit here. See a little bit better. Probably should have been doing that the whole flight, but looking for that airport. Possibly that. Should really just fly to it and then traffic pattern in. But ooh, the air got smooth. All right, where you at? Where are you? Alright, I think I got an idea. I think that and that are somehow the ends of the runway that I'm seeing. And it could just be the lights bugging out at an angle. This is nice though. It smoothed out just in time. And we're gonna assume that's our runway. So I'm gonna just come out here. Probably need to get back down so we can see better out of this. And we're gonna just kind of look for the runway. I'm not going to do radio anymore because there's no other traffic in the area that we've heard. Haven't looked this way in a while. That is desert. Is this plane not using fuel? Like, I swear it's not using fuel. I wonder if I've got... No, because I feel we're using fuel in the Caravan. I don't know. I'm going to have to look around, but it seems like we're not using fuel. And in the first flight, it said we used 0 gallons. I think it's doing the same thing. We're down to 17%. He's hungry. Sorry, man. Should have put a snack in your pocket. Alright. Still got a ways to go. Looking at my GPS. Are now entering the national park. All right, that might be our airport. That clearing there. Looks like it. Alright, let's start turning. Follow this valley.
Kilo Golf Romeo Yankee traffic Cessna, November 88936, is on final runway tree to land.
I don't know if you can consider this final, but it's my final radio communication. And with as much runway as we have here, I'm not gonna go all that slow. I'm gonna bring it in hot. We can float it for a bit if I do. But, yep. Now we got a little bit of hills. We're changing our direction. Starting to bounce again. Kind of seems like we're getting a crosswind. Let's tune back into that.
Canyon Airport information, India 0400
Wind's 2.5.
Zulu.
Okay.
Wind 250 at 7. Visibility 10. Sky condition.
So yeah, that's gonna be... Wait, if it's 2.5, why are we landing this way? it be better to... Just gonna go with what it says. It says we're landing runway 3, so we'll land runway 3. Especially if this place is 9,000 feet of runway. That seems wrong. That doesn't look like 9,000 feet. Let's verify. Well, I love that this decides to go in meters and everything else is in feet. But I guess it is that long. Alright, a little high here. You know what? I am not going to land runway 3. Winds are 2.5. That last tailwind landing was not fun at Sedona, and this is my plane, and I own it, so I don't want to have the two games say that I wrecked it. Go ahead and go down this way. We're going to do a very short left. Land into the wind, or more into the wind. Okay, yeah, that runway is runway is ridiculously long. Why is this airport so massive? Quite a large ramp. There's not a whole lot of buildings, it looks like, but that is interesting. Alrighty, well, yeah, we are not close to the Grand Canyon. Not like I can just walk over there. Well, I can walk over there, but I ain't gonna spend that time. Yeah, this has got to be the smallest town for biggest airport. Or biggest runway, I guess. Bring it around here. Told you we're going real short. Keep an eye on the horizon, the speed, and where the runway is in my mind. Smoothed out. Now we're a little high, but we've got so much runway that I can do a touch and go twice. Not going to use any flaps, just because we're coming in right on the edge of that speed. Just going to let it drop down, and then we're going to float, and slowly burn off the speed. Bring it down at 60. No, float back up. Bring it down.
That was a harder landing than we like to see.
Seriously?
Contact
176
ground for
feet.
your parking assignment,
A
then
minute.
shoot down your engine.
Alright, well, you know what? For as impatient as I was on getting there and landing, I think it was just fine. Alright, where... That looks like that's just where they store the planes. This kind of looks like an FBO. Actually, it kind of looks like a firehouse. I don't think those hangar doors are going to work well. Well, that doesn't really go anywhere, does it? Alright, it looks like we can park over here. That's what we're gonna do. Then they can take us and tow us down the ramp to parking. So, there we go. It's quick and easy shutdown.
Transporter, you can open the doors and begin the disembarkation.
Yeah, we're not in a airliner. You don't need to do all that. You can just say the dude got out and we're good to go. I'm gonna get out because yeah, it's good. It's not that this matters because it's not persistent, so nothing carries over, but yeah, they're fine. They're fine.
Transporter
That
from
does
dispatch.
open. Cool.
Another passenger mission completed. Thanks, and
All
bye.
right, we are good. There's the oil.
Ready for engine start.
What are you talking about? Holy crap, how'd we make that much money? Alright, we're still getting bonuses, so $7,000 for that. Very rich, very dumb. Could have got a much better flight. So, let's see, Job Finder, if it is now out of Grand Canyon. It looks like it is. So this would be flying back to that small airport with a passenger. I only have passengers on right now, so yeah, I think freelance wise we can... Is there sightseeing? There's not sightseeing. Interesting. Well, that's fine. I can actually turn sightseeing on in our plane. And maybe that's... This just does... Why can't I find it? Cargo. We're not doing cargo with this. We're not doing illicit cargo. Passenger. There we go. Sightseeing. Well, that's just going back to where we've been before. Wow, we were actually pretty damn close to this last time. But does that open any freelance sightseeing? Doesn't. I'll have to play around with it, but there we're at 18,000. Doing good. Our log here. We've done 2 missions in our plane. It doesn't count our, like, it doesn't show out to here and back. So just shows to there. So not a good flight, but that is 2 hours of flying in our own plane. Good news that we haven't wrecked it yet. And I will I will search around for what we're doing next, but if we don't have a mission, I might just go free flight around the canyon and make that the next video. So, yeah. Thanks for watching.